Hey, and thank you for clicking play. And yes, it is another train video, not a train channel, just a nostalgia channel. And so if this is the first video you've watched on my channel, predominantly it's about my own nostalgia, mostly attached to computers, computer gaming, but occasionally I'll touch on other stuff. And model railways, or train sets as I would have called them back in the UK, is something I knew I would always come back to. This Intercity 125 in the background is my childhood original, and that's running okay actually. It stutters every now and again, and that's old track in the middle. That's one first radius curves, I believe. And yes, it's got a hover speed coach, but that's because that's a coach that my parents bought me. I hardly ever used it because it didn't match the Intercity, but now I love it because it's part of my childhood original. I don't have many original items from my childhood. I mostly have to buy stuff off eBay at inflated prices with a nostalgia tax. And in the background there is the new APT, which is brand new and wasn't cheap, but very pleased to have that. A repurchase I have made is this, and this is really what this video is about, because obviously once you get back into this, you've got to work out what you're going to do in terms of laying out your track. And this is the exact same edition that I had. I remember it well, and I'll link you to another video that helped me locate this, and it's a guy just flicking through this Hornby track plan booklet, 7th edition. Of course, for me, I'm going to hit my own nostalgia, and then we'll have a bit of a, hopefully, tongue-in-cheek, humorous look at what I can and can't do. I mean, back in the day, I actually switched to N-gauge because I really didn't have the space. But because I've got so much attachment to, especially the Intercity 125, I've got a Flying Scotsman that I bought for my dad, and now it's mine. I've got some of my other originals over there, still in their boxes, all sorts of things. This needs some attention, but always wanted to get that running properly. My Great Western Railway pannier tank. So I'm going to stick with 00. Look, I'm an adult now. I'm 50. I've got an okay size house with an okay size garage, as some of you regulars would have seen. Surely I can fit one of these track plans in my house now, right? Let's have a quick flick through, and I've purposely not opened this. This, by the way, bought off eBay for a reasonable price, and it was right here in Australia. It was in South Australia, so very pleased to have that. And the seller actually cardboard backed it when they put it in the post. This is in fantastic condition. Let's have a flick through, and then let's talk about what I can do for a track. This is the Flying Scotsman, so I think that's 3rd radius curves, Flying Scotsman set. And then, like I said, old track, 1st radius curves on the inside there, hence the gap on the other side. And then this is part of track pack D, and I want to get the other track packs as well. And look, I can't overstate how much nostalgia is attached to this front cover, because I would have just looked at this, and this is the layout I wanted to build, but there was no way our little 3-bedroom English end of terrace had room for such a layout. My mate Steve, he could have easily fitted this layout. Hey Steve. But he actually had I would say, an even better layout. Surely I can find room. Let's have a flick through. I'm not going to go every page, but I'll just talk to you about, I mean, if I wasn't playing with my trains back then, I would have, oh look, even Steve, you're going to recognise some of this, for switching points and stuff. Oh man, we love this. Anyway, I would have just been flicking through this, sitting on my bed, if I wasn't playing with the actual trains. My train set back then was a fold-out board above the staircase. It was the only place we could fit it, and it was smaller than this board, I think, or maybe a bit wider. This board being this is a 6x4 that we're on here, and I'm going to go bigger, obviously. We'll talk about that. Down the track, pun slightly intended. But look, I was obsessed with this kind of stuff. This is one of my original bridges, by the way. We'll probably come across that in this book. So you can put track across the top, or obviously go over it. But I really wanted the turntable. You have to zoom you in. Oh, the turntable. Some of these bridges, there's a very special bridge in here actually that I remember wanting. I mean, I've now got that level crossing, right? So that's a triple viaduct. You've got the station bits. There's my intercity. I love running the intercity along with the APT, by the way. And then you get into the interesting bits, the track plans there. And what I would do is I would just be looking at these and working out, surely one of these track plans could fit. And I didn't really have room for any of them. Every single one in here would have needed adapting in some way or another. I was obsessed with the idea of getting a turntable. I never got one. But one of the things I would have done is, oh, this was one I quite liked, so that's not a bad starting point. And I was obsessed with, you know, having at least 2 trains running like I've got now. None of the DCC stuff, just traditional, you know, because you didn't have it back then. 2 controllers, and just individually running them there. But I would sit and I would look at these plans, and then I would just do this. I would just be working out where the train goes and how you could switch it onto another track, and I would just do that for hours. Absolutely loved it. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I liked that one. I remember liking that one. And like I say, anything that could fit the turntable and a good station, a good size station, not a good station. And now we get into the big ones. Look at that. Look at that. That's so awesome. And then basically this goes through several renditions. So I want to skip forward. Like I say, I'll put a link to the other guy's video because he basically goes through the whole book. I think it was that one there. Yeah, it was that one there. Here we go. So it's this one. So this, yeah, Plan 11-7 is that. Right? And when you're into it, you look at that and you go, yeah, I need that in my life. I need my layout to be that interesting. Actually, that's probably a bit busy. A lot of people would probably pick holes in that, but obviously Hornby are trying to sell you every piece of track under the sun, but I don't care. Look at that. So, look, in all honesty, it would be fantastic to actually finally build my dream build, and this is my dream build here in print. So, what size are we looking for? This is 18'6" by 5'6". 18 foot. 18. This board that we're on now is 6x4, and that's the normal starting size. What I'll probably go up to. So I'm going to stagger the plan, right? But actually, I'll tell you about that at the end. Let's measure some rooms. We're looking for 18'6". Right, by 5'6". 18'6" by 5'6". But look, first, look, just doing this. Which one? These pass-through stations. You got one here. You got one here. You got the turntable. This has everything I wanted. You got the big bridge going across here. You got so many switch tracks. You got some good sidings all over the place. I could have so much fun in this layout. And look, you've got 4 different colours, so you can have 4 trains running individually. That's why you've got 4 different colour power packs there. 4 trains running. That's the holy grail right there, this layout. Let's measure up some rooms. That's only 10. So that's only about 10 that way. 8 from there ish, not big enough. Like I said, used to be above the stairwell at my old house, but this, I mean, you'd bang your head, and that's only 3 foot wide. Not big enough. No, that would get me in trouble. Probably not.
Dad,
What?
I still live here.
Oh, crap. This is the room you usually see me in. There's the computer corner over there. And there's Maria. And there's the collection in the corner there, the big TV, the ensuite bathroom, that used to be a couch, that's now a bed, because this is the guest room, so I can't really use this room. But let's just quickly measure. But I'm not going to re-utilise this room, but that's 12. That's close but no cigar. That's 16 foot across the length. Doesn't fit. This, I think, is the best room in the house too, but doesn't fit. Probably need to eat.
No, you have enough rooms.
What?
No, you're not having a craft room.
Far out. I'm not doing anything.
No.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Hang on.
No.
Not allowed that room. 12 foot across there I could have. Probably the same that way. Now look, those that have followed me for a while know I have plans for this garage. It's going to be like a English style pub space with a couple of arcade cabs, pub pool table. When I swap that pool table out, already got a dartboard over there. It's the biggest space though, right? So maybe I could hide it as under a bar or something. Let's just see. This is a good big space, right? But when you're playing with a pool table, you need queue room. Pool table could come this way a bit. I'm gonna block that door off anyway and maybe paint it green as a homage to Cannibal Run. So I could have that back wall. I'm gonna quickly measure it. $18.6 we're looking for. Surely we can fit it here. Look how long this is. Are you serious? That's not too bad. Pool table could move that way. Has to come out 5'8", obviously, right? That's doable. Pool table would move this way, as long as I get it at the right height so it doesn't impede queuing action, and then maybe have a fold down bar top on top of it. You could do that to suit both purposes. It's not long enough. This garage is not wide enough. That's 14 foot across. I need 18'6". Let's see how far out it comes if I go that way. To about here, to about where this arcade cabinet is. But the depth uses up too much of the garage. So, if I come that way, I can fit it in, obviously, but the depth takes up too much of the garage. It's not good. But, look, it was fun seeing... Oh, what about this space? Look, hang on. No, that's not going to be long enough. Yeah, it's not going to fit. It's not going to fit. Look, it's a fun exercise to do. I'm so pleased I've got that track plan catalogue, and I'm going to have fun flicking through that for the sake of nostalgia by myself. My tip, if you're just getting back into trains like I am, is just start playing with it in whatever space you've got. Just setting it up on those two stupid little loops brings a smile to my face. Just letting the trains run around. Obviously, you can do point-to-point layouts, I know that, and you can even automate those with some clever wiring. Here's what I'm probably going to do, is get so I'm using a 6x4. I'm going to get an 8x4 is what I'm going to do, and start messing about on that as the starter layout. Not going to pin anything down. And then, even though the little joke in the craft room there, I do actually have permission to use under the windows there at some point. So when I get bored of the 8x4, then I can go up to like a 12x4, and that will be quite a nice size layout, I think. And it'll be just in front of the window there, which will be quite pleasing. And then when I'm ready to expand again, and obviously this will be over several years, then I do see at some point, what I'll do is I'll do a layout along the back there with a return loop and everything. And then I could have a run-off track coming up to about where the arcade is, but only, 2 or 4 tracks deep, and then going to a terminal station. I could do that to give the longer trains a nice, long, meandering run without impeding the pool table or anything like that. And I think that will kind of be the peak of where I would take it. Like I say, over the next 10 years or so to get to that point, I think. It's going to be fun. Not a train channel, just letting you know my plans. And when I've got my first layout done, then I'll show you. When I've got my second layout done, then I'll show you. I won't be messing about with all the in-between. Love having the track plan catalogue. Thank you for watching.